Islanders, it's like the song says, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. It has been a week full of wins for cruisers, especially Carnival cruisers. Earlier in the week, Carnival announced they're going to expand their options for you and I to have free wine at many of its specialty restaurants. They then followed up that announcement with this one. The Diamond Lunch and a new menu is back. They're giving us two things back for free. They're bringing back some of the things that we know and love. And then yesterday, the rumors started to swirl that the Midnight Buffet was coming back. And many people said there's no way that the buffet is on its way back to ships across the fleet. But that's exactly what's set to take place, or at least a form of it. We will share that news on the show today. Plus, one cruise line has a record bookings day. That's nothing new for 2023. And trivia. Many of you play trivia on cruise ships. Many of you have seen cheating while playing trivia. Carnival Cruise Line addressing the cheaters who get all the answers right and feel good about themselves. They grab the 24-karat plastic gold ship on a stick. Sometimes the free champagne, they display it and they cheated. We all need some time in the islands. Let's go there now on Island Time. A big happy Friday to all you Islanders. We have made it through the week and we are entering into the weekend, which I know so many of us are ready for. We are on Island Time. I am Derek. Let's drop our anchors and take some time to relax in the islands together, sharing the latest in cruising and cruise news. If you enjoy doing that activity, be sure you're subscribed to this channel. We are chasing 18,000 subscribers. Be sure that the bell is ringing so you receive notifications when we upload content. We have a lot to share today. The cruise line industry has been sharing a lot with us this week. Carnival Cruise Line in particular has been sharing a lot of things that's costing them money. So let's share the cruise news. Why don't we do that? Carnival Cruise Line earlier in the week saying, we're going to give you more opportunities, cruisers. We're going to let you have more opportunities to have free bottles of wine at our specialty dining restaurants. We welcomed that. Cruisers applauded that generosity from Carnival Cruise Line. Then they said, you know what? We're going to bring back the Diamond Lunch, a perk that had been taken away after COVID. We're going to give you a new menu. And again, Diamond cruisers and everybody gave the golf clap and said, thank you so much for bringing that back. You see, it's not oftentimes that when a perk is taken from you, whether it's in the cruise line industry, it's at your employer, that it is eventually given back to you. It doesn't happen oftentimes. The biggest perk of all, a perk that so many people miss. When you talk about cruisers, and cruisers share, what do they miss? The last decade or 2 decades of cruising. You'll hear all the old timers say, oh, I used to love the Midnight Buffet. You guys wouldn't believe the Midnight Buffet, the spread that they had. It was great. It was great. And now Carnival appears maybe to be bringing back the Midnight Buffet or some form of it. It all started yesterday when the hotel director on the Carnival Glory broke the news. He was the one that started all the gossip. And here is the post that he shared that's got everyone buzzing. If you're in social media groups, you've probably seen this. Here's what he said. Good news for all cruisers coming from 7/16 onwards. That's this weekend. We are bringing back the 12 o'clock midnight buffet on Lido. Woo! That's a Ric Flair woo right there. There's a lot of O's behind that W that he put in his post. Woo! More food. Have fun. Stay late. Party all night long. All night. That's what he shared. The hotel director is in charge of food and beverage operations. He knows. He knows. So cruisers got excited, thinking that the midnight buffet is coming back. And it is in some form. Carnival quickly pumped the brakes a little bit and said, hang on now, we do have a plan, but it may not be the buffet that you're accustomed to. You see, when you and I probably think buffet, we think this long stretch line of food and several options from salad and meat choices and sides and desserts and things like that. It's not going to be necessarily that, but Carnival is announcing that they are bringing back their late night snack options. Now, late night snack options kind of reels in expectations just a little bit from the buffet of sometimes you think go eat everything you want and eat until you can't eat anymore. to late night snacks makes you think, okay, I'm going to grab a little bite to eat before I go to bed. Either way, this is great news. Look at these options that John Hild and others from Carnival have shared today, saying that late night snacks is back. From soups and salads, a soup that may change, chicken noodle soup, and it may have other soups as well. Coleslaw, potato salad, chips and salsa. I have asked for chips and salsa for the longest time. I love the salsa. It's like pico de gallo, honestly. Served at Blue Iguana Cantina. But you never can find chips. You'll be able to find them. And we have experience with it. I'll share with you here in just a second. Chicago pizza. Of course, if you want the pizza at night, it is open. But it's also going to be on the late night snack menu. Fried chicken tenders, hot dog, Italian meatball sub, ham and cheese roll, and cookies. They are not considering this necessarily a buffet. Although it is self-serve. You walk through there, you get as much as you want. But it's not the long stretch limo buffet that sometimes you think of when someone says midnight buffet. Here's where I'm confused, though. Amanda and I just sailed on a Carnival Journeys cruise, the Carnival Venezia from Barcelona to New York City. It was 15 days, and Carnival uses those journey cruises to throw some things back, to bring back some things that don't have anymore. And one thing that they brought back on that sailing was the midnight buffet. And I was excited to see the midnight buffet because in my mind, it was, as I told you earlier, a lot of food stretched out, a lot of options. Let's experience it like they used to in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. But that's not what the buffet looked like. Do you know what it looked like? It looked like what I just showed you. I had my chips and salsa. There was coleslaw right there. There was the pizza. There was the hot dog. The chicken tenders are good. I'm going to tell you that now. And the cookies are warm and sweet. But on the Journeys cruise, they called it the buffet, and now they're calling it the late night snack. In any case, I'm happy that it's back because all of us know sometimes late at night, the only thing open is the pizza option, and sometimes that long line is long and takes a lot of time to get something to eat. They also have the deli that closes at 11 p.m. There's a lot of options there. If you don't check out the deli, you're missing out. But this gives us yet another option for those that don't like pizza, don't like Carnival's pizza, don't like the line that you have to set in. You now at least have another option to get something to eat late at night. Some of us are excited about this. Some of us are planning to go through this line several times on your cruise. And some of you say, I don't make it to that late in the evening, so I don't care. And it makes me ask, if you're on a 7-day cruise, how many times do you get that late night option? How many times do you go to the deli before it closes at 11? How many times do you go to the pizza before it closes late into the night? And how many times would you go to this midnight, late night snacks buffet, if you want to call it that? Is it something that you use? Is it something maybe at home you don't eat that late, but you let loose a little bit on the cruise ship? How many times do you usually visit one of these venues on a 7-night cruise? You share your thoughts in the comments section below. I will share mine. I would say probably 3 or 4 of the 7 nights. You're going to see my face at one of these lines getting some food at midnight. And I know I shouldn't do it, but I do it anyway. Let us know your number in the comments section below. We can't wait to see that. It is a win. Carnival, keep it up. Keep bringing some things back, right? We will take it. It's been a great week for Carnival cruisers in this news. Let's talk about Holland America. Carnival's not the only one having a good week. Holland America has announced that they have had their biggest bookings day and biggest revenue day in their company's history. This day took place July the 11th. We don't know the exact figures. We don't know how many cruises were booked. We don't know the revenue generated from those cruises booked, but Holland America, who has been around a long, long time, shared that they had their largest bookings day in their 150-year history. Also, their highest ever revenue booking day ever. That's dating back to 1873, guys. 1873. When you break a record from 1873, you're doing something right. Holland America is a great option. If you're selling to Alaska, if you're selling in Europe, they do a very, very good job. A lot of people say, well, I wouldn't cruise Holland America. That's not top of my list. It's not number 2 or 3 or 4 choice. But sometimes where you want to go should determine what cruise line you use to go there, to explore there. Remember that when you're cruising, especially when you're taking cruises other than the Caribbean. Be open-minded. If you need help with that, Amanda and I are here to help. If you need help planning or booking your next cruise, or you want us to manage your cruise you already have booked, shoot us an email, travel@bookislandtime.com. We will help you out. You don't pay us anything at all. Let's talk about trivia. Many of you play trivia. You enjoy trivia. We always get requests on our live show to play trivia. But many of you who play trivia, you've also seen here at home and on ships that there are cheating that takes place. Internet is faster than ever on cruise ships, and some people, literally, I've seen it myself, they sit there, they get the question, they Google it, then they write down the answer. And they go over the answers. There's 20 questions, and they get 20 right, and they're like, oh my gosh, oh, we got 20. 20 out of 20, can you believe it? No, we got 20. You looked up every answer. You cheated. It's taking place. It takes the fun out of trivia. And yes, you may win. Give them the ship on a stick. Give them a champagne. Give them a medal. It's worthless. It's meaningless. You cheated. You cheated. Some people don't care. They'll do whatever it takes at all cost to win, to get the medal, to get the ship on a stick. It's meaningless. It's pointless. Carnival Cruise Line is addressing this. John Hild shared this. I know that some people take trivia very seriously, and I know that the staff tell people to turn their phones off, and they're checking for this kind of thing, but at the end of the day, it is supposed to be, well, fun. And it is. If you're one of those cheaters on trivia, shame on you. It's not trivia if you look up the answer, and you're not supposed to get a perfect score, even if you see the category of trivia and you think, I know that. You're not supposed to get a 20 out of 20. Go there. Be fair to everyone around you. Carnival and others are thinking of options they can do. What can you do to make sure that there isn't cheating? Do you turn your phones upside down? Do you tell people we're not using our phones? Do you limit how many times a stateroom, a cabin can win? I have seen people on ships win 6, 7, 8 different times at trivia. They wear the medals around on their neck. Should Carnival and other cruise lines limit wins for trivia to once per time during the sailing so that other people can win and maybe eliminate some of the cheating that takes place in trivia? I've also seen people go to trivia and they say, oh, I just cruised last month, and guess what? It's the same trivia. Sometimes they have different questions. Sometimes they're the same. And they'll sit there and write it down. Oh, this is great. Number 2? Oh, yeah. Number 3? Oh, I know number 3. And then they get all 20 right. And then they're happy. And they're patting themselves on the back. They're breaking their arm so much that they're patting themselves on the back. Don't cheat in trivia. Do you play trivia? It's something that's popular on board, especially as you get into the cruise and people have had their fill of the sun. Okay, I'm over the sun. They're looking for things to do inside, and they play trivia. Let us know if you play trivia in the comment section below. And what is your favorite category? Is it the Harry Potter? Is it the sports? Is it music? Is it Friends? They have Friends trivia as well, I know, on Carnival Cruise Line. Islanders, that is the cruise news for today. We are set to leave here and go compete in the World Series. We did so yesterday. So far, we are in first place in the World Series. We have 2 games today, playing a team from Tennessee. Hope they're not a 10 out of 10. I want some competition, but I want to win as well. Islanders, what are your weekend plans? Let us know in the comment section below. We hope you enjoyed the show today. If so, take 1 second, give us that thumbs up, hit the like button. That does so much for us. We will, of course, see you this weekend on the show. We'll see you in the comment section below and on Facebook and tomorrow right here on Island Time.